Hello ladies and gentlemen, Keaton here and welcome to the Tengu Drop Recap for the week of June 14th, 2015. I am running down everything that we released on the channel this week, so let us begin as always with Monday. On Monday, Joe dated a dog. Tried to date a dog. He played the game Hot Date, where you date a dog. So yeah, that's a pretty basic concept. And you know what? It was hilarious pretty much the entire way through. And I don't want to spoil anything, but my name comes up in the video, and there's a pretty hilarious outcome that I found pretty damn adorable, which is kind of weird to say, you know. Oh yeah, something adorable happens in a game where you try to date a pug, and I endorse it. But you know, if you want to find out what that weird thing is and you haven't watched the video yet, highly recommend you watch it. Honestly, it is pretty damn funny, and yeah, that damn dog is also pretty damn rude. So if you're a dog out there and you're rude, get with the program, yo. No one wants to date a rude dog. Well, maybe Joe, but you know, Joe is Joe. Moving on to Tuesday. On Tuesday, I took a look at a game called Bit Dungeon 2, and it's another game that really centers itself around the simplistic control mechanics, where you really don't do much in the way of actual combat. And in Bit Dungeon 2's case, you pretty much just run into the enemy and it auto attacks, and it's a whole thing. But as always, I try to, you know, have fun with it and, you know, try to play it to the best of my ability. I do get lost, but you know, it's part of the fun, I guess. Yeah, anyway, check it out if you haven't. On Wednesday, Joe returned to prison, probably not because he dated a dog, you know, but to check out a prison escape map for the escapists. And I don't know anything about Prison Break, so a lot of what happens in the video sort of just goes over my head. But hey, you know what? If you were a fan of Prison Break, much like Joe is, you know, you'll probably find the video very enjoyable, I'm sure. On Wednesday, it was also time for more God mode. It was our second shot at the Basilisk Pit. This time we went in with upgraded weaponry. And you know, slight spoilers, we do a lot better than we did last time. So I feel like we sort of got our revenge on that map. And yeah, it feels good to be a clown wearing glasses. I don't know. On Thursday, it was Nuclear Throne Roulette time. And this week was sort of special because I just wasn't in a bad mood, and no matter how hard the game tried to knock me down with its bad RNG, I still managed to keep a pretty cool head and have some fun with the game. So, you know, and yeah, the funny thing actually is, I think in general I just have a karma following me that just likes to be vindictive and just like the worst thing ever, because like a day after I released the video, YouTube like broke, so the stats on that video in particular are completely messed up right now. So yeah, I just cannot escape having bad luck. Anyway, moving on. On Friday, we took a look at Marvel Heroes 2015. And yeah, it's pretty much Marvel meets Torchlight, if you guys have ever played that, or Diablo. Sort of a top-down isometric dungeon crawler kind of game where you get loot, you level up RPG style. Yeah, the not Avengers will probably make a return in the future, I'm sure. So yeah, check out our first impressions for Friday's video. On Saturday, speaking of first impressions, Joe and I took a look at the Don't Starve Together beta. It's finally an open beta, so we finally got the chance to actually check it out, and we tried to survive to the best of our abilities. Doesn't exactly go the way we had planned to go, but you know, eventually we got on our feet. We got some advancements going, and I think we're pretty excited to get back to it in the future. So I think Don't Starve Together is definitely a game that's going to come back in the future. So much like Marvel Heroes, be sure to check out our first impressions so that, you know, you can stay caught up. And in fact, if you missed anything that will be released on the channel this week, awesome segue that I completely messed up because I wasn't expecting it. Anyway, yeah, if you missed anything that we released on the channel this week, be sure to check the description for links to everything for your convenience. And yeah, I can't exactly tell you what's coming in the next week because this week was just as bad as last week. You'll probably see some of that in a future video, I'm sure. But trust me, having a plan, it's difficult. We'll keep it at that. It's just a difficult thing. So unfortunately, nothing is exactly planned. I do have a couple of games I hope we get to next week. There are a couple of games that I haven't even brought up to the guys yet that I hope we get to play, just because the name of the games sound really ridiculous and we can probably have fun even if they're bad. But who knows? We'll see. But as always, that's the upcoming week. If you again missed anything that we released this week, everything is in the description, so be sure to check it out. And thank you to everyone who is caught up and has been watching, favoriting, liking, commenting. We always appreciate your support. And hello to all the new subscribers for the week. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. And until next week, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys then for another Tengu Drop Recap. Bye!